working on my sermon. Those of you who didn't know, I am a Christian and I'm a pastor. And this is my living room of my new house. It is getting there. It's a little better. We finally got that chair in here. It's getting there, guys. It's getting there. If you've ever moved, you know it's a process. So yes, I actually am starting at my church again on Facebook called Family of Christ. I'm the pastor, Carrie Funk, the funky pastor. And I was just working on my sermon that I'm going to record this week in my office. Which I need to bring my office chair in because I gotta type this up on my typewriter. Could I use my computer? Yes, I could always use my laptop. But about a year ago, I guess, I remembered having a typewriter in my childhood. It wasn't my typewriter, I know that for a fact. But I remember having a typewriter and getting in trouble for playing on it when there was no paper in it. And I really wanted a typewriter again. And Dave's like, oh, you'll never use it. I've used it several times. And I actually even used it to type up my Norwex notes for my Norwex business. And my dad's like, oh, we have a black one somewhere in the attic. I'm like, Dad, I don't want a black one. I want a color that's going to look nice on my white desk. So the typewriter I have is sea foam green. The interesting is actually the color of one of my aunt's cars. Come on, I'll show you. So if you're just joining us and you don't know who I am, if this is your first time, welcome to Kikki Time. I'm so glad you decided to join us today. I actually used to live in Myerstown and I have recently moved. We've been here for about 3 weeks. And this is my office. It's a mess right now because I'm still unpacking stuff. But this is my typewriter. It's seafoam green. And I actually was able to... Hello, my people watching. Oh, hi, Echo. I actually was lucky enough to find it on Amazon, and it actually allowed me to pick the color. It didn't have a lot of color options. I don't even remember what the color options were. I just remember I saw seafoam green and just fell in love with the color and thought that would look really nice, like against my white desk, and I think it looks great. And I'm like, honey, it's not your money, it's my money. And the greatest thing was my stepmother was actually over at my house when it came. So she actually got to help me unbox it. And then while I got a shower that night after my husband got home, he actually put the ribbon in and set it all up for me, and I love it. And he did that for me. But yeah, so I was really excited. I think I've actually had it 2 years. I think it was 2 years ago because I don't think she was married to my dad yet. My mom actually passed away about 4 years ago, and my dad remarried a wonderful woman. And I have a stepsister, I have a step aunt, a step uncle, some step cousins, and I have step grandparents, which is actually really nice because my mom's mother died when I was 13, and then when I was in my 20s, before I even met my wonderful husband, my mom's father passed away. My mom's father actually passed away a year before I met David, my wonderful husband. And then my adopted grandparents, who were not really adopted. They were an older couple that we used to live next door to, so they kind of like, oh, just call us grandma and grandpa. My adopted grandmother, she actually died 2 days after my dad's second marriage to my stepmother. And then earlier this year, I think it was, my step grandfather passed away as well. So I have another set of grandparents now. My dad's parents are still living. They are getting up there in the years, but they're still alive. My dad's birthday is actually next month, and we're having a little bit of a birthday party for him. I'm excited about it. I don't think he is, but we tried to keep it a surprise. It just didn't work out. Hello, Bentley. I actually have a nephew. I actually have a little cousin on my dad's side named Bentley, and he's going to be a teenager real soon, like next year. I have a nephew who's turning 13 next month. For those of you wondering, I do have 4 cats. Willow is 7. Assie's 3. Coffee will be a year old in July. And Molly, our youngest, she will be 1 September 28th. Now, Molly has an interesting story. Molly, we actually raised from 9 days old. Her eyes were open, but Mama left her behind. We don't know why. None of her siblings from that litter survived. She does have some living siblings at the farm where I got her, my parents' farm. But Mama left her behind, and me and my husband bottle raised her. So she is doing great now. She is probably out on the porch. We have an enclosed porch where we live right now, and it's really nice. We can actually let the cats out on there when it's warm enough out. Oh, how old am I? I actually will be 37 on Thursday. So yeah, I know I look young, but I actually will be turning, I think, 37. I lose track of my birthdays. I really don't care anymore. So, but I will be 37 on Thursday. I think 37. I think I'm 36. My husband doesn't even remember his own age, and he's like, "How old are we?" I'm like, "I don't know." Oh, thank you, Bentley. Thank you. I'm excited. Hi, Bala. I'm sorry, 4505. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but thank you for calling me beautiful. Thank you, Bentley. Thank you, Bentley. I actually on my birthday, I'm actually going out to lunch with my stepmom and her best friend. And then, so I'm going to be traveling back to where I used to live in Myerstown for that. And then I'm going to stop at this place called the Sugar Shaker and get myself a mango smoothie. I always get that on my birthday. Oh, thank you, Tangs. Thanks. And after that, I'm going to go to my dad's house and play with some kittens for a little bit. And then come back to Hamburg, where I don't know what we're having for supper that night. I'm going to try and entice my husband ordering Domino's for my birthday supper, but I haven't done that yet. Oh, July 17th. Yeah, coffee is the end of July. Let me actually go over to my calendar. I can tell you what day he is. Yeah, coffee is in July. Aren't you, buddy? This is Coffee. He's our July baby. Yeah, Coffee is actually July 27th. So I like to do birthdays on here. Bentley, if you want, I can definitely add you and we'll say happy birthday to you on your birthday. This week, Memorial Day, I actually missed a wedding anniversary of one of my friends. It was Claire and Jeremy Porter. 18 years of marriage. Congratulations to you guys. I actually am May 28th, Bentley. So thank you. My birthday is on Thursday. And then on Saturday, we have an 11-year anniversary. Melissa and David Bollinger. Happy anniversary. 11 years of marriage. And then on Sunday, the last day of May, we have a birthday. We have an anniversary, not a birthday, an anniversary. Lance and Vanessa, 12 years married. Congratulations, 12 years. It's an amazing thing. Um, I actually myself will be celebrating 11 years in September. 11 years of, I think it's 11 years. No, 10 years this year. 10 years, 10-year anniversary. 10-year anniversary this year for me and my husband. A decade. We actually will be renewing our vows the weekend, I think, after at Camp Satara. So I'm really excited about that. I know he is too. Oh, there's Azzy. I don't know if you can see her. She's a black cat, so she's really hard. Oh, Azzy, do you have to? I'm sorry, guys. She pees on everything you leave on the floor. It doesn't matter what it is you leave on the floor. She will pee on it, and she just peed on a curtain. And now she's trying to cover the evidence. Good thing I have to do laundry today. I didn't even start laundry yet. My laundry room is in my basement. And I don't like basements, guys. I just never did. I just don't like basements. Maybe because I'm afraid of spiders and mice and snakes and blah. My cousin, my niece, my second oldest niece, she is turning 16 this year, but a few years ago, she begged her parents for a leopard gecko. I'm not big on lizards, guys. This would never happen if she lived with me. And I said, and her parents were like, okay. So they go and they get her this little leopard gecko. She called it Cream. She wanted me to hold it. I said, not happening. Ever. She's like, yeah, when I move out, I'm getting a snake. I said, okay, Emily, when you move out, I'm never going to your house. And my little, I gotta tell you guys this story because it's just so cute. I just thought of it right now. My youngest niece, Morgan, is going to be 10 in November. And she is so sweet. And she is just, we have a really close relationship, me and her. And I said to her, and she came to me one time, and she was getting ready to start school. They start at first grade because they don't have a kindergarten at this school. And she has a late birthday, so she started a year later. And I got a little teary-eyed the one day I was talking to her because she was going to be starting school that in like a week. And so I was getting a little choked up because I was going to miss her and stuff. I said to her, I said, she's like, why are you upset? I said, well, I'm going to miss you, baby. You know, you're starting school and I'm going to miss you. And she said, Aunt Carrie, don't worry. Well, actually, it was Aunt Kikki at this time. She said, Aunt Kikki, don't worry. When I get my driver's license, I'll drive to your house. She was like 6, guys, and she was 6.5, 7. She was 6. And she's like, don't worry, I'll drive to your house. I'm like, baby, you don't have to. It's okay. I don't see them as often as I used to. I used to be able to see them every weekend. I do not get to do that anymore. I hopefully will see her this weekend. Her dad and I think one of her uncles, and probably her mom and probably her grandmother are coming over Saturday. The boys are going to be ripping down the pool in the back. So I will try to do a video upstairs so you guys can see that pool before it's demolished. Actually, let's go upstairs right now. I can show you guys real quick. And so yeah, it was interesting. So they're gonna come over, and I said to her dad, I said, bring Morgan along. She can help me because I have a project that I want to work on that my husband does not know I'm going to be working on. I told him I had a project I was going to work on. I didn't tell him like what it was. I'll show you guys though, because he doesn't watch my channel. So that's the folio. That is going bye-byes. So I'm making lunch and supper for everyone. I'm not sure what I'm making for supper yet. So guys, this room is the room I'm going to be working on. Right now it's a storage room, but I'm going to make it into a nursery. So this flooring, I'm actually going to get, I don't know if any of you know what I mean if I say a putty knife kind of thing. My husband does not have one. So I drew a picture of it because I don't know what it's actually called. And I know my dad probably has a few. So I'm going to ask my dad if he has 2 of them. And me and Morgan are going to be working in that room trying to get that flooring up. Because what I'd like to do is do like a gray carpet in there. But I'm not sure yet. I just want to get the flooring up Saturday. If I can. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be able to keep this from my husband forever. At some point he's going to figure out what I'm doing. But my grandparents gave me money. And I'm going to be using that money for this project. So that when my baby is sleeping in there, which I can't get pregnant, guys. So, oh, hi, Earl. Hi. I can't get pregnant, guys. So when I actually do have a baby, it will be through adoption. So, yeah. Well, I gotta sign off now. My food should be here for really soon, and I'm hungry. So I'll see you guys later.